In this video, I will work out some solutions to some of the problems from sections 8.4 and 8.5. These questions dealt with installment buying and home ownership. Okay, first, number 9 from section 8.4. Joy Lansung purchased a microwave oven for $375. She made a down payment of 15% and financed the rest for 12 months with payments of $27.25. We need to find the down payment and the total installment price of the oven. Okay, so first the down payment, we need to find 15% of the cost of $375. All right, and let's see. That's $56.25. Okay, and then if you subtract that amount from the cost of the microwave, that tells you there is, let's see, $318.75 left that's going to be financed. So that's the amount that will be financed. Okay, then we need the total installment price. So we need to know how much in total she paid for this microwave. All right, so first of all, we have 12 payments of $27.25. So the sum of all of her payments is $327. All right, so the total that she paid, the installment price, is $327 plus the interest, right? So this number plus this number. Oh, I'm sorry, not the interest. This is the down payment. Okay, so installment price is the sum of all the payments plus whatever she paid for a down payment. Okay, and then that gives you $383.25. Now, this problem did not ask you to find the finance charge, but if you wanted to find that, the finance charge is however much extra she pays over the original cost. So if you just took this final answer, that's the sum, everything that was paid, the installment price, and then subtract $375, that gives you the interest or the finance charge. All right, another problem. Okay, we have a treadmill, $925, 20% down, financed over 18 months. Find the monthly payment, and the finance charge is 5% of the amount financed. Okay, so let's find the down payment first. 20% of $925 is $185. Okay, so the amount financed, here's the cost of the treadmill, subtract the down payment, and $740 was financed. Okay, then the finance charge is 5% of the amount financed, so take 5% of that, and that gives you $37. All right, so then we need to know what the monthly payment is. So we have the finance charge. This is like the interest. And then the amount financed is like the principal. This is how much needs to be paid back. So altogether, if you add those, right, add, and then that equals $777. And that's what needs to be paid back. And then we need the monthly payment. Well, this is a loan for 18 months, so divide by 18, and that should tell you how much is paid per month. Okay, rounded, that's $43.17. Okay, Richard Johnston bought a Hummer for $39,905. Okay, we have another down payment, and then we know the monthly payment and how many monthly payments were made. Find the APR. Okay, so you have a table to do this. I'll let you find that. I think it's table 8.1. Okay, table for the APR. All right, so first we need the amount financed. Okay, so 39,905 minus 15,000. Okay, the amount financed is $24,905. Okay, then there's a procedure to find the APR. We need to take the amount financed. Let's see, we need to divide the finance charge. Let me put this up here. Finance charge divided by amount financed. Then we need to multiply by 100 and then find the number in the table that's closest to that one. Okay, so we'll start there. We have the amount financed. We don't have the finance charge. Okay, so we don't know anything about the rate, so we can't calculate this using the interest formula. So we're going to have to go kind of the back solving method. We know how much he paid in total, and then we can work backwards from there and find out how much extra he paid over the amount that was financed. All right, so the monthly payment was $614, and he made those payments once a month, so 12 times a year, for 4 years. Right, so that gives you the total that he paid, $29,472. And then if you subtract away this number, the amount financed, the extra, whatever's left over, that's the finance charge. Okay, and that's $4,567. Okay, so then we need to take that number, divide by the amount financed, which is the 24,000 number. Then multiply by 100. All right, and then your table rounds to the hundredths place, so I'll round this number as well. Okay, 18.34. All right. Okay, so then we need the number in the table that's closest to 18.34, and we need to know, let's see, the number of payments. So each month for 4 years, that's 48 payments. All right, follow it across to the number that's closest to 18.34. So in your chart, the one that's closest would be 18.31. And then follow that up to see the corresponding APR, which is 8.5%. All right, and that's the APR. Okay, one of the credit card problems. This is the longer one, right? This is using the average daily balance method. Okay, so we have a credit card statement with all of these transactions. We need the average daily balance, the finance charge, and then the new balance. Okay, so follow along with the procedure for this. All right, first we need the balance on each of these dates. Okay, so on September 1st, it's still $627.75. All right, then on September 10th, a purchase is made, so we want to add that because that's going onto the card as well. So add $87.95 to this number. Okay, and that gives you $715.70. Okay, then on September 15th, a payment was made, so the amount on the card is lowered, so that's $515.70. And then another purchase is made on the 27th, so add that, $661.92. All right, then we need to know how many days this balance was carried for. All right, so you're going to always just subtract, so 10 minus 1 equals 9. All right, so from September 1st through September 9th, the balance was this first number, the 627. Okay, then 15 minus 10, that's this. Okay, that's 5 days. Then 27 minus 15 is 12. Okay, and then the 27th is carried on the 27th, 8th, 9th. September has 30 days. Okay, so that's 4 days. And then your book suggests doing 30 minus 27 plus 1 if you want a formula to figure that out. Okay, so either way, that's 4 days. All right, and then, okay, we need the average daily balance, so we need to add up all of the balances for each day. Okay, so we have 9 days, which have that first balance, 627.75, okay? Oops. All right, and then plus 5 times 7, 15, 70 for the 5 days that have that balance. Okay, plus 12 times 5, 15, 70, plus 4 times 661.92. Okay, so when you find an average, you add up stuff and then divide by how many objects. All right, so here we're adding the balances on each day, and then we're going to divide by the total number of days by 30 days. Okay, so if you multiply and do all of the addition, that's $18,064.33 divided by 30, and then round, so this is the answer to part A. The average daily balance is $602.14. Okay, and then we need the finance charge. All right, so the finance charge is 0.012, that's the rate. And then this is the rate per month, so the time in months is just 1. And then it's 0.012 times, all right, times that average daily balance. So that's taking the place of kind of like your principal here. All right, so let me back up. Here's the problem again. And we were told that interest rate and told that it's on the average daily balance. Okay, so we're pulling that number from part A, the 602.14, and then multiplying by 0.012. And that's the finance charge. All right, so the interest for this month is $7.23, and that's rounded. Okay, so that's part B. And then part C, we need the new balance on October 1st. So we already found the balance of the card on the last day of September. So then the only change from there to October 1st is that the interest is added in. Okay, so we just need to add 661.92 plus part B's answer, $7.23, and then the new balance on October 1st is $669.15. Okay, and that's part C. Okay, so here's B, C, and here's part A. Okay, section 8.5. The house sells for $145,000 and a 15% down payment is made. A mortgage was secured at 7% for 25 years. Okay, find the down payment. So take the house price, multiply by 0.15, and the down payment is $21,750. Okay, find the amount of the mortgage. So subtract the down payment from the mortgage. So this number minus this number, and that gives you $123,250. All right, find the monthly payment, and this is asking you to use table 8.2. Okay, So we have the percentages along the side and then the years at the top. So this is a 7% mortgage. This is a 25-year mortgage, and if you follow that down, you have 7.07. All right, so that's the monthly payment for every $1,000 of mortgage. Okay, and then your procedure, you have a little, another little chart for this. Okay, take the amount of the mortgage in Part B, divide by 1,000, so that's 123.25, and then multiply by the number from the chart. All right, and then that gives you the monthly payment. Okay, $871.38. Okay, and that's Part C. All right, and then find the total interest paid. So we know okay, so we know the monthly payment, and we also know how many payments were made. Okay, so this is per month times 12, that's the number of payments, or the amount paid per year, and then paid for 25 years. Okay, so this is the total amount that's paid on the mortgage. And then if we subtract away the amount that the mortgage was obtained for, this number, okay, so that's the one without the down payment, all right, and then that tells you the extra is all of the interest, which is $138,164. All right, so we have another example where the amount of interest is actually more than the amount of the mortgage. Okay, and that's Part D, so that's it. Okay, same thing, find the monthly payment for a mortgage, but this time using the monthly payment formula. All right, so here it is. That's the payment is principal times rate over n. This divided by 1 minus 1 plus r over n to the negative nt. All right, same thing here. We want to figure out the principal for the mortgage, so we have to subtract the down payment. If you take 15% of this number, that's $34,800. And if you subtract that from the cost of the home, that gives you the principal of the mortgage, $197,200. Okay, so then we have principal times rate, which is 0.0675 divided by n. This is the number of times the payment's made per year, so that's 12. All of this divided by 1 minus, in parentheses, 1 plus, that same rate over 12. Okay, to the power of negative n times t. This is a 20-year mortgage. Okay, I did a little bit of simplification on this one again. And we can make this, let's see, 197,200, and then rate divided by n is 0.005625. Okay, and then the bottom parentheses is 1.005625, and the exponent is negative 240. Okay, the top number, this one did work out nicely as well. Okay, that's 1109.25, and then I think from there you can't really simplify the denominator anymore. Okay, so there we go, and entering that on a calculator. All right, I'll write that out. 0 divided by parentheses, 1 minus, you don't need the second parentheses, but you can put it if you like, exponent, you do need a parentheses around negative 240. Right, and then a final parentheses around the denominator. Okay, you could also put one here if you like. And then the monthly payment, rounded to the nearest cent, $1,499.44. Okay, and then a final problem, an amortization schedule for the first 3 months for the house purchased in exercise 5. Okay, so let's get the important information down. This was a $145,000 house. We subtracted the down payment and we found the principal. That was $123,250. We also found the monthly payment. Just use an M for that. That was $871.38. And other info we need, this was a 7% mortgage for 25 years. Okay, so we're going to work, sideways here, find the interest first, then the payment on principal, then the balance, and then we'll keep going from there and down, and then find each row. Okay, so that's the plan. Alright, so for interest, again, you do have a little procedure that tells you what to do here. Alright, you're supposed to do interest equals principal, we know that number, times rate, that's another number we're pulling from number 5. And then time, this is 1 month of interest, so your procedure says to use 1 over 12, and we also talked about the fact that you could just divide by 12 as well. Alright, so if you multiply this number times this number and then divide by 12, that gives you the interest for the first month, which is $718.96. Okay, then the payment on principal. So we want to take the monthly amount, subtract the interest for the first month, and whatever's left is the payment on the principal. Alright, so that one is $152.42. Okay, and then the balance of the loan, so take the principal of the loan, subtract the payment on the principal, and then see what's left. And that's a balance of $123,097.58. Okay, and then we repeat the process. The only difference here is that each time we're going to be kind of crossing out this principal and then using a new number, the new balance of the loan. Alright, so for month 2, the interest is going to be the new balance, still times 0.07 and still divided by 12. Alright, and then that second interest amount is $718.07. Okay, subtract that from the monthly payment, the $871 number, and that gives you $153.31. Okay, and then subtract this payment number from the previous balance. Okay, so you're not returning to the original principal anymore. The mortgage is lowered, and you want to just keep continually subtracting from that new balance. Okay, so subtract those. That gives you this number, and this new balance is $122,944.27. Okay, and then we have one more interest calculation for the third month. Use that new loan balance as the new principal. Same rate, same time. Okay, and that gives you $717.17. subtract that from the monthly payment. That gives $154.21. Okay, and then subtract this number minus this number, and that gives 122. Oops. 790 and 6 cents. Okay, and that's it. All right, thank you for watching.